We have an audiovisual podcast called Digipod. We have a newsletter service also inside for the inside communication and outside communication that is called DigiNews. And finally, 2 years ago, we opened also an art agency called DigiMade. What is digital today? Which are the main tools from the website, and also which are the possible connections, this idea of connection, this idea of networking that would be the leading idea of these all presentations and one of the key points of our activity. Today, DigiCult, as I told you, is a web portal that is daily updated, so it's really a hard job because we try to make daily updating, which provide readers with many news, mainly news from what is happening in the world in terms of festivals, exhibitions, events, and art projects. And in the same time, we have call for artists, events and project highlights. We have a lot of links and reviews, of course, and theoretical texts. What happened in the last years is that DigiCult was lucky to collaborate with many festivals worldwide, not only in Italy, with many media centers, art galleries, cultural and artistic subjects, of course, schools and academies also, network of artists and designers, and is also involved in some special project, as it happened to me because I'm a curator, in some curatorial activities, but also media partnerships and online collaboration. What about Digimag? Digimag is our monthly magazine, and as I told you, now is arrived at its 61st issue. And it's a magazine that is not written by me, of course. It's written also by me. But it's written mainly by a network of authors that, as I told you at the very beginning, is now made of quite 50 professional people. Which are the main topics of the magazine? It's very hard to define. There are many. We can stay here for hours. We have 10 main sections, which are the art on the internet. That's a big difference. We were speaking about net art. It's not only net art, it's also net art. It started 5 years ago as a net art section, to come back to the discussion before, but now it's not only net art, it's art on the internet. That's another story. It involves also many art projects connected also to networking activities. And we like to speak also about the word, the new coming word of the open cultures as the first presentation, this morning. For example, Bertram Nissen, who was the guy on the left, is writing for the magazine about the open cultures. And we speak about activism, and it means the use and the misuse of digital technologies and sciences and their impact, on our society, and of course on politics. We speak about video art in terms not only as traditional video art, but also their contamination with experimental cinema and, of course, graphic animation or animation more in general and video installation. We speak about sound art. We will have this afternoon a very beautiful presentation also speaking about sound from Massimiliano Vier. We like to speak about sound also because we consider sound important not only as electronic music or experimental music, but also the impact of sound, in art, inside art as sound installations and the relationship with the space, for example. We speak about audiovisuals, so the possible connections, artistic and creative connections between sound and images in terms of connection between electronic music and, of course, graphic animations, but also as live performances, what are called live media and live cinema performances. We speak about design. Design is a very general word that could mean everything and nothing. Of course, inside the design, we specify what is called as interaction design, graphic design, generative design, and also we, in the last 2 years, we opened few sections also about the use of digital technologies in new forms of parametric architecture. We were speaking also about architecture this morning, on parametric architecture and urbanism. We have a very interesting section about art and science, so the possible connection between these two words, more in general and more specifically on bioart, nanoart, artificial intelligence, robotics, and all could be the possible connection between art and science. Then we have the software art section, I cannot lose time to describe you, and the performing arts section, so also the use of technologies in new forms of dance, theater, or the presence of the body on stage. The authors, as I told you, write for Digimag, and what I love to say every time that they write for free from 5 years, and I also work on the magazine for free, and I think it's interesting to say because will go absolutely against this definition when I will try to make you also some questions about if digital could be considered as a possible model, economic model.